Hi guys, welcome to topic 1. In this topic we're going to be seeing what the basic interface is about, what are the different tool sets, and how do you basically start using Photoshop. So let's get straight to it. As you guys can see, we have a space in the center which is basically our working space. On the left we have our tool sets, on the top we have a toolbar, we have a secondary toolbar over here as well. We have selections from Essential, Design and Painting which we can flip through and they will actually change the workspace. They do not change the working, but they just change the workspace. As you can see, in Essentials I just have the toolbars, in Design I just have my layers, but in Painting we have both. So we'll be working with Painting. Now on the left over here is your toolbars. On the right is the layer setup. So we'll be getting into the details of what layers are, how to use the toolbar and all of that in a little bit. But before that, we'd click on File and you can click on New. This would let you set up a new sheet. So as you can see, this is basically my new sheet preset over here, where I can put up a name. Let's just say I put up a name Session 1. Over here we have the presets where we can select whether we want a particular type of paper or a particular type of sheet. So like the US paper, the international paper, photo. If I select international, I can change to different sizes. Or we can just set up a custom sheet which we want of our own size. And you can see that they have the width, the height, resolution, color mode, and background setups over here. Now as you can see, the width, I'll just set it up for a very basic A1 size sheet, that is 841 mm. Remember, this is in mm by 594. And this would also be in mm. We can easily switch it down to pixel, inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, picos, or columns, depending on what we want or what we are used to. The next thing over here is the resolution. Right now you can see the resolution is 300 by pixel per inch. A pixel is basically a small little box. So for every square inch, there are 300 pixels or 300 little boxes. So the more number of boxes, the more bigger the sheet, the more enhanced the drawing. I can reduce that by just changing this to 150. As you can see now, it's 150 pixel by inch, and you can easily see it from the image size over here as well. It says 132.9 m. And if I switch this back to 300, it will just increase in size. I can further increase it in size if I make it pixel by centimeters, because now for every centimeter square, there is going to be 300 pixel by inches. And you can see how it just jumped up to 3.35 G, which is literally increased it by approximately 6 times or 7 times the file size. So we'll be working in pixel by inches, and I think over here 200 would be sufficient for us. Next thing over here is color mode, so that is CMYK right now. CMYK is all printable colors. So if you have created a drawing and you want to take a print out of it, you will be using the CMYK color. Let's say you want to send it out digitally through social media or as a file on someone's phone, then you will select the RGB. Apart from that, we have the grayscale, so everything will be in the grayscale. We have a bitmap type, we have lab color. But we'll majorly be focusing on RGB and CMYK. Both of these are highly important for us. Apart from that, we have 16-bit over here. I prefer setting it up at the highest bit rate that I have. As you can see, even the bit rate changing would flip the image size, but not too much. So I would suggest whatever is the highest bit you all have, you can just go forward and use that as well. Next, we have the background content. So the background right now would be white. That means when I start out a paper, it would be white, or it would just be a background color, or it would be transparent. I suggest we all just select white because white is fair enough for us to work with. And I can just go ahead and press OK once I'm, set with the preset. I can even click on Save Preset so that every time this preset itself would keep coming up. So I can just click on Save. And you can see that says the name over here. So let's just name this as Session 1. And I can press OK. And now you can see over here when I slip down, there's a Session 1 preset where even if I change the size, I can always come back to Session 1 to get my recommended or created preset. And that's basically how you will set up a sheet, and you can just go ahead and press OK over here. This would basically open up a sheet of the size that we want with a white background color and we'll start working on this. Now, before I get into any more details, if y'all are using any other version of Photoshop, it might be a little different to create a preset. It'll always be the same if you click on File and click on New, but apart from that, the startup of Photoshop itself might let you select a preset. So let's just see what that kind of a version would be like. So as I was saying that there could be a different version which you would be using, you would have a startup sheet which looks something like this. Now over here we can select the recent documents. We can also do the same preset details over here, and we can press create to just start up the sheet. So it does not really matter which version you're using, because the working is going to be the same and our teaching will work on any of the versions that you have. So all the best, guys. Just understand the basic page setup and start with the first sheet, and we will get into it in the next topic. I'll see you guys over there. Let's go.